Hey everybody, BarrenDome here. Well, here I am going for the free the end advancement on 2B2T, Minecraft's oldest Christian server. Now for those of you that have played Minecraft before and gone to the end to fight the Ender Dragon, this is probably what you've experienced. A nice open island with 10 obsidian towers that you could either fly or tower up to destroy the end crystals that regen the dragon. And once the crystals are destroyed, you can then attack and eventually defeat the Ender Dragon. Well, this is 2B2T, and this server is not about rainbows and puppy dogs. This is what 2B2T's end island looks like. I think that's probably the closest thing to an actual representation of what an atomic explosion looks like. Lava casts cover large portions of the end island, and what remains of the original island has now become a parkour map. And of course, there's usually a couple withers floating around to keep you company. Yes, I battled the Ender Dragon here. Oh, but I haven't even gotten to the best part yet. Unfortunately, I do not have the footage of my first attempt to take on the Ender Dragon. Needless to say, it didn't turn out too well for me, and I was killed while a wither and an Ender Dragon ran a train on me. So, let's go on to attempt number 2. My footage picks up right after I've spawned in the Ender Dragon, and I've taken out 8 of the 10 Ender Crystals that regen the dragon. Now here's where the real fun begins. As you can see, when I try to destroy the last 2 crystals, they do not explode. I'm not sure what has caused this, but both of the Ender Crystals have now become unbreakable, which means no matter how much I attack the Ender Dragon, she will always regen her health. At one point, I do try and explode a bunch of Ender Crystals near the dragon, hoping to cause enough damage in a short period to kill it, but I was only able to take off a quart of its health, and then it would just fly away and regen. So I had to go on to a different option. So with the Ender Crystals unbreakable, that made the Ender Dragon unkillable. I had to change up my tactics. I knew of a glitch where people were able to cause the End Crystals to become unbreakable, and then they would move them away from the End Island. I thought I would try that. I thought if I can move the Ender Crystals far enough away from the dragon, she would not be able to regen from them. So I made some pistons, got some blocks, and got to work. So here I am using a piston to move the End Crystal, block by block off the obsidian tower. And it looks like now that I've got some company. I hacked Uber, I hacked eBay, and Nooses all had shown up. I wasn't sure if they were there for the dragon, doing some traveling, or were going to attack me. Luckily it seems like they were just there watching what I was doing, because I did not want to get into a 3v1 PvP match right now. After moving the End Crystal for only about 30 blocks, I realized this was going way too slow. Especially since I needed to move the End Crystal at least 200 blocks away to ensure it couldn't regen the End Dragon. I think it was time for a new plan. Flying machines. That's right, I'm going to use a flying machine to move the End Crystals far away from the End Island. Flying machines don't work too good as transportation on 2B, mainly because people will glitch through it and fall to their deaths, but all I needed to do was move 1 block far away. So I made the simplest flying machine I could with 2 pistons, 2 slime blocks, 1 sticky piston, and 2 redstone blocks. So let's get to moving these End Crystals. The first End Crystal to move was easy. I was able to assemble the flying machine without interruption from the End Dragon, and proceeded to send this End Crystal far away. Though you can't see it anymore, it is on the front of the flying machine, and after about 500 blocks, I figured it was far enough away and turned back to the End Island. Unfortunately, as I was making my way back to the End Island, I stumbled across another unbreakable End Crystal that was less than 100 blocks away from the End Island. So I know I needed to move this one too. So I built another flying machine and sent this one out at least 200 blocks away from the End Island, just to ensure that it couldn't regen the dragon. And after moving a 3rd unbreakable crystal, yes, there was a 3rd, I was finally able to get back to the last unbreakable crystal on top of the obsidian tower. Now, I think the dragon knew what was coming because it was constantly flying around the tower and always breaking my flying machines as I was constructing them. But finally I was able to build the flying machine and send it on its way, moving the End Crystal far away from the End Island. So here we are, back where we started with me attacking the Ender Dragon. Now with no crystals to heal it, doing damage to the dragon was going quick. With the Ender Dragon on its last sliver of health, I hit it with another Ender Crystal to finally kill it and earn the Free the End advancement. And with that, I've completed pretty much every single advancement on 2B2T. So let me show you which ones I've earned. Under the Adventure tab, you can see that I've earned them all there. Under the End tab, you can see them all earned there. Under the Nether, I've earned them all there except for one, which I will discuss in a second. Under Husbandry, I've earned all those. And finally, under the Minecraft tab, I've earned all those. So the only advancement I still need to get is the hidden one that's called How Did We Get Here? It's where you have every single status effect applied to you at the same time. That's 20 status effects. This is going to be a tough one to do because you don't just have the potion effects, you also need to have the mining fatigue of a guardian, the wither effect of a wither, a levitation of a shulker. So this is going to be a big setup and it's going to take me a long time to get this one done. So stay tuned for that one. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below and I'll get right back to you. Thanks again for watching. See ya.